Hello again and welcome back here. All right, let's continue adding the materials on objects and let's start with screencast. Let's open it. All right, and maybe we can start with this light source. Let's bring the reference images first. All right, so the body of this cylinder, it should be black. I think we can create a new material for that. So let's start doing this. Select this cylinder and let's go to the material editor. And let's hit new to create a new material. Hit the home button so we can see it. Maybe we can put the image right here, or maybe we don't need it. I will take this out. All right, so the first thing that we can start with is changing the color to something dark like that. Maybe don't take it too much all the way down to the dark area. You can make it a little bit gray like this. And we have the roughness and we have the height information. I will add the noise texture just to add some height information, and I just want to see the noise first on the body. Hold Control Shift and left click just to see the result. And if you see any stretching happen to the texture, just grab the node and then hit Control T to add mapping and texture coordinate and plug object to the vector to solve that problem. And now I can scale this a little bit, just increase the number here, and that will be it. One more thing here I would like to do, maybe we can scale the texture a little bit by increasing the Z value like that. All right, and now we got this result, as you can see. The idea is I just want to have horizontal scratches or something like that. And if you want to get better results, you can reduce the number here. You can add 0.1 and then hit enter, and here as well 0.1. That will help to make the scratch to be longer a little bit, as you can see here. So I will use these as scratch here. So after doing that, you can add the bump node. So let's hit Shift A and let's search for bump, hit enter, and plug the normal to the normal here and plug the factor to the height. And then hit Control Shift, click on the principle just to see the result. And now we can see something here. All right. And then let's manipulate the distance here. Let's add 0.001, hit enter, just to reduce the amount, and it's still strong. Let's add another 0 right here. All right, and now we got something cool, I guess. All right, maybe we can add 0.5. Cool. And I guess we can use this in the roughness as well. Let's see what that will give us. And if you like, you can use the curve RGB to manipulate that further. If you want this to be a little bit reflective, you can manipulate the curve here, and that will make it reflective or rough. If you want to make it rough, just push this up. All right, cool. I guess we can use the same material on this cup as well. Grab it, hold Shift to grab the body, Control L, and choose link material. And now we got the same result. After that, you can apply the same material on the holder. Grab it, hold Shift to grab this, Control L, link materials. And for the wire, I guess we can take the same material we applied here and we call it wire. So let's go back here and let's select this, go to the material section and open this arrow and let's search for wire and then hit enter. All right, and now let's select these pieces, this one, hold shift to add this and this. Don't forget the holder, and then hold shift to grab this piece because it has the material, and then hit Control L and choose link material, but hold Alt and choose this option to apply the same material on all of these pieces. Grab this wire with this one, Alt shift to grab this, Control L and choose link material with Alt. Right, and for this piece you can add emission material. Just grab this and hit new and let's search for emission, hit enter, and now plug the emission to the surface and grab this, Control X to delete it. And now you can change this to something yellowish and increase the strength, for example 200 maybe. Let's start with this number. Grab this, hold shift to grab that one, hold shift to grab this with the material, hit Control L and choose link material with Alt. All right, that's very cool. All right, one more thing here I would like to do is I want to grab this empty and then hit Shift key to open the select group and then choose children to select all of these pieces. Hold Shift to grab the empty again, deselect the wall, and what I want to do is I want to copy this light and use it. I will go to the top and maybe we can go to the wireframe and then hit Shift with D to take a copy, and let's put this copy right here above this table. All right, try to put it in the center like that, and then hit Alt with D to take a copy, one here, hit Shift R to repeat that again. And now let's go to the perspective and let's see what we got. Awesome, very cool. All right, the lights are not in the center, but I think that's not a problem. If the lights is not in the center of this area of the ceiling, the most important thing to be in the center of the table. All right, let's go back to the material preview again. And let's see what else we can do. Maybe now we can start with the door. It's up to you to choose whatever color for this door. I'm not so quite sure which one now it's fit. Maybe you can make it white. I think adding white wood will be something cool in this area, I guess, since this area in front of the door white, I guess this door could be white as well, and that will be cool. If you want to give it the same material we applied on the wood, that will work as well. It's up to you, but let's start with the white wood material. So let's go to the material section and open this eye and let's search for white wood, see what we will get here. All right, this one looks nice. It's called white wood. I can use it maybe. Cool. We have a lot of cool materials here. This one as well looks so beautiful. Let's try to make a comparison. All right, I will stick with this one. I will grab it and apply it right here. And it's applied nicely, I guess. I'm not so quite sure if the texture cool or not. Maybe we can go to the material and maybe we can add a value here and plug the value here to the scale because I want to control the scale, and I will increase the number to 3 maybe. All right, it's a little bit pixelated as you can see. Maybe we can increase this to 5. Oh, that's weird. Actually, this material, I think it's not cool, so I will replace this with this one. Right, I think this material, the second one, is procedural. I'm not so quite sure. Yeah, it's procedural. I always uh I always avoiding using the procedural material because it will be a little bit heavy on the scene. Now, when I orbit, I can feel the scene is a little bit heavy because all of these calculation. Maybe we can replace it with another material. Let's see how this will work. All right, this one is nice, but it's a little bit old. That's not going to work here. Maybe this one. All right, I think this one will be cool, but let's select this piece and let's see how can we control the scale. All right, the value is already here. Maybe we can increase this to 2, maybe. All right, that's very cool. This material looks awesome. I think we can stick with it. And now I will select this piece, hold shift, grab this, control L, and link materials. As you can see here, we have some stretching happening in this area. In this case, I can grab this piece of wood and go to the local mode. Maybe here we should do something. I will turn off the eye and I will tap to go to the edit mode. I just want to find out what's going on here. All right, you can use smart UV projection. I think this technique will give us something cool and fast results. So let's go to the UV and choose smart UV projection and then hit Arab, and don't change anything, just accept all the settings and tab out just to see the result. All right, if you got a result like this, and if the texture a little bit big, you can fix it by manipulating the UV here. It's better than going to the value, because if you increase the value, the first object we gave it, the material will be, the scale there will be big. I mean, the texture will be so small. So manipulate the UV and change the scale using the UV is better. And it's very simple, just hit S and make it big as compared with the square of the image. And now I guess we got something close. You can excite and make a comparison here. I think we need to scale it a little bit more. Not so quite sure, but let's do that. No, that's too much, actually. You can switch to the vertex mode so we can see something here. And now I can make a comparison, and now I can see better, I guess. All right, this result is not bad. The scale looks so close, and yeah, I think I will accept that. And about the door, I will grab these pieces, hold shift to grab this, control L, and choose link material with alt. And all right, I will tap and grab this piece and go to the UV, Smart UV Project Arab. The scale looks nice. Maybe we can scale it a little bit. That will be it. Grab this with this, or this one alone. Tap, hit A, and choose Arab, Smart UV Projection, and Arab it. All right, I will scale this a tiny bit. You can grab those both just to see the scale. All right, for example, I can grab this edge and then hit Control L just to see this UV. All right, I think the scale is close. Yeah, it's close. Grab this piece, tab, hit A, and UV, Smart UV Projection. All right, hit A, select the UV and scale it a little bit. And that will be it. That's cool. Right, and for the handle, I guess we can choose one of the materials that we can find here, like searching for metals. And let's keep browsing until we find something cool here. Or maybe this one, or maybe I don't know. Let's see which one. I want something dark, by the way. All right. Maybe this one. Let's see how this will be here when you apply it. That's weird. I think that's not going to work. Maybe we can find something else. Something is smoother. Or maybe we can use this one. Yeah, I think this one will be cool. So grab this piece. Alt, you have to grab this and this one. Hit Control L and choose link materials. And yeah, that's very cool. If you want to make small change here, you can do that by going to the material editor, hit home just to see the material itself. And for example, if you want to make it a little bit rougher, I guess that will be better. Just a tiny bit, and that's it. All right. And I think this node, you can choose any type of metal here, because as you can see here, I didn't notice that. If you want to choose gold, I guess you can just plug it in the color and you will get a gold. And that's very cool. It's cool material. Sorry. All right, looks nice. And now maybe we can focus on this light. Let's take a look and let's see what we got here. So I'm not so quite sure if the material that we just created could fit here, or maybe we should give it just a black material without any addition. So maybe we can apply the same material we applied there on this piece. All right, let's see the name. It's called Scratched Paint Metal. So now if we go back here and select this, go to this arrow and let's search for Scratched Paint Metal. All right, looks cool. All right, nice. And maybe we can apply it on the cylinder. Well, you have to grab this, Control L, and choose Link Material. All right, the material is not applied perfectly because of the UV. And you can use Smart UV projection. But let's apply the gold material here. And I guess here as well. And wire right here. And maybe, let's see. Let's see if this linked to anyone. Yeah, it's linked here to the cylinder. Sorry. What's going on here? Yep. All right, so I will select this and tap, hit A, select all of these faces, go to the UV Smart, hit Arab. And now let's take a look. It looks nice. Looks cool. All right, after that, maybe we can focus on the ground a little bit and let's try to find a good material for the ground. I will delete the keyword and I will go to this. icon just to search in the floor, I guess. And it's up to you if you want to add a wood here or porcelain or whatever material you like. This material looks nice, but maybe we can find something nicer. This one is a little bit dark. Let's try to find something else. This one is too reflective. Maybe this one. I will click and drag and put right here. Actually, the material looks so cool. Grab the ground and maybe we can rotate the direction in the X, I guess, or yeah, Z, 9°. I just want them to take that direction. Cool. And for the steps, maybe we can find something like white material could fit this scenario. Let's try to find something cool. All right, let's go back to this icon and let's try to search in the ceramic. All right, this one looks nice. I will grab it and use it here. Let's put it right here. All right, the result looks nice, but I think we can use some bevel. So grab this piece and let's go to the modifier and let's add bevel and then generate. And I'm not so quite sure if the scale is okay. Apply the scale first. Okay, that's cool. And let's change the amount to 1 centimeter. Just bevel it a little bit and increase the number here. Right click, shade smooth. And let's open the shading and let's active harden normal just to get better shading. All right, and now the steps are smooth and nice. You can increase this to 4 maybe to get even better result. And maybe we can apply the same material here. All right. By the way, I think we can use the wood material there as well. I'm not so quite sure, but let's give this a try. Grab this, hold here to grab the wood, Control L and choose link materials. And then it's not applying perfectly because of the UV. So tab, hit A, select all the faces, Smart UV project, and hit Wrap. All right, again, go back to the UV editor, select all these faces and scale this. Make it big as compared with the texture. And now you can rotate that 9°, hold control. That's very cool. And if you don't like the scenario of these pieces of wood to be bent like this, you can grab this face and duplicate it. Just grab it, hit Shift D to take a copy like that, and then hit PS to separate it. And grab this small piece, tab again, hit A and hit E to extrude it just a little bit like that. All right. And now I will give it the same material I applied here. Hold here to grab this, Control L and choose link materials. And not just that, I will give it a bevel. Grab it, hold here to grab this. And you can go to the modifier and choose copy to select it. And now it's applied right here. This one as well, maybe we can give it the same modifier. Cool. You can manipulate the amount of bevel here, for example, 0.5 centimeter, in case you want it to be sharper. That will work as well. And if you like this scenario, you can keep it, or you can add the same white material for that area. That will work as well. All right, I think this empty is too big. I will make it smaller, like that. It's not quite important. All right, I think now we can end this video and I will see you in the next one.